Hello, my name is Justin Khoo, and I'm a professor of philosophy at MIT. Today, I want to explain the basic argument of my paper, No Fact of the Middle. You can read the whole paper at my website, justinkhoo.org. The paper is about whether there are things that I call middle facts. A middle fact is a true claim about how things would have gone had something been different. So, for example, if I have a fair coin and I never flip it, we might wonder how it would have landed, heads or tails, had I flipped it. If there is a fact about which way it would have landed had I flipped it, that's a middle fact. In my paper, I argue that there are no middle facts. So in the coin example, there is no fact about whether the coin would have landed heads or would have landed tails had I flipped it. In this short video, I want to explain my argument for this claim. Before we get to my argument, I want to mention one reason why we should care about whether there are middle facts. Suppose humans have free will, so we can choose when put in various circumstances what to do. Now, consider this story about Sue. Right before she was about to leave for the ice cream store, she got a call to go to work. Unhappily, she forwent the ice cream and headed off to work. Now, if Sue had gone out for ice cream, she would have faced a choice between vanilla and chocolate. And if there are middle facts, then there would be a fact about which she would have freely chosen. While this seems surprising, middle facts crop up in the philosophy of religion and in ethics. Consider the 2002 film Minority Report. In the film, superhuman precogs can foresee crimes people would commit if given the opportunity. When the precogs foresee this, pre crime police officers are dispatched to prevent the crime and arrest the would be perpetrator for a merely possible crime that they didn't commit but would have if given the chance. One philosophical issue the film raises is whether we can be justly punished for actions we don't commit. But another one is whether the knowledge attributed to the precogs is genuine. If people are genuinely free, could there be middle facts about what we would have freely done? I argue no. There are no middle facts. So, how does my argument go? Let's start with a distinction. Some choices we make call for regret, and others don't. At the grocery store, say, I pick an apple without looking over it very carefully. When I get home, I realize that it is rotten. My choice calls for regret or is regrettable. Dang, I say, I should have picked a different apple. Okay, now consider the choice between the contents of two boxes, A and B. I know there's either $1 in one of the boxes or in neither. So let's say I choose to open box A, and when I open it, I find out that there's nothing inside. Is my choice regrettable? Well, in this case, I think we just don't know yet. If box B has $1 in it, then yes, my choice was regrettable. But if box B was empty, then my choice wasn't regrettable since I wouldn't have been better off choosing B. In reality, in that case, I would have been making a choice between two empty boxes. Compare this choice with another one. So this time I'm given the choice between opening box C or flipping a fair coin. I'm told that box C came from a lot of 100 boxes, 50 of which contain $1 and 50 of which contain nothing. If I instead choose to flip the coin, I'm told that I'll get $1 if it lands heads and nothing if it lands tails. Suppose in this case I choose to open the box and I find it empty. Is my choice regrettable? I think here the answer is clearly yes. Given that the box is empty and was empty the whole time, my choice was between getting nothing and a 50% chance at getting a dollar. Notice that in both cases, immediately after making my choice, I don't know whether I would have been better off had I chosen differently. So, in the case where I'm choosing between box A and box B, I don't know whether I would have been better off because I just don't know what B has in it. Does it have a dollar or nothing? And in the box or flip case, I don't know whether I would have been better off because I just don't know how the coin would have landed had I flipped it. However, notice that in the two boxes case, my not knowing the contents of box B makes me not know whether my choice to open box A is regrettable. But in the box or flip case, my not knowing that how the coin would have landed doesn't make me not know whether my choice to open box C was regrettable. In fact, in that case, I know my choice was regrettable as soon as I open the box and see there's nothing inside. So there's a difference between these two cases. And the question is, why would that be? Well, there's clearly a fact about whether I would have been better off in the two box case had I chosen box B instead of box A. If box B contains a dollar, I would be better off choosing B. If it contains nothing, I wouldn't be better off choosing B. And it seems to be my not knowing whether box B contains a dollar that makes me not know whether my choice to open A is regrettable. But in the coin or flip case, the analogous fact would be whether the coin would have landed heads or would have landed tails had I flipped it. But if there were such a fact, then my not knowing it should, for the exact same reason, make me not know whether my choice to open box C is regrettable. But my not knowing how the coin would have landed doesn't make me not know that opening C is regrettable because I know this. I know that my choice to open C is regrettable. And so that is my argument that there are no middle facts. If you want to learn more about this and see other parts of my paper and what I'm doing, you can read it on my website. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video.